In the town of Edeke, names held power. To speak someone's true name was to bind their spirit. Ashes in the Bloodline, Episode 3. The man who swallowed a name. Edeke, a town carved from the red earth, where the sun beats down with an ancient intensity, and the very earth seems to hum with the weight of generations. Here, tradition is not merely custom, it is the bedrock of existence. And nowhere is this more profoundly understood than in the power of names. In Edeke, a name is not just a label, it is the very essence of a person, a thread woven into the fabric of their soul. To speak someone's true name, their birth name, their spirit name, was to bind their spirit. It was a sacred trust, a potent magic, wielded with reverence and fear. But even in the place where such ancient wisdom held sway, there are those who seek to twist it, to perfect its power for their own dark desires. There was a man among them, known as Obiajulu, a name that ironically translates to peace of mind, a chilling misnomer for one who brought only turmoil and dissolution. Obiajulu did not merely remember names, nor did he simply speak them. He collected them, not by rote, not by memory. He swallowed them. Imagine the grotesque rituals. Obiajulu, with his quiet demeanor and unwavering steady gaze, would seek out strangers, travelers passing through Edeke, or perhaps new arrivals to the town. He would engage them in seemingly innocent conversation, weaving his questions with subtle artistry, crossing forth their true names. He would listen intently, his eyes fixed, a strange hunger in their depths. Once he possessed the sacred utterance, the key to their very being, he would disappear. He'd go into the deepest part of the forest, where the ancient trees stood like silent sentinels, where the sunlight barely pierced the canopy. There, in the hushed primal silence, he would kneel, not in prayer, but in a perversion of ritual. He would speak the stolen name aloud, a sound swallowed by the rustling leaves, and then he would swallow something dark, something unseen, yet undeniably potent. Was it a physical object, a wisp of shadow, a condensed essence of the victim's spirit? No one knew, but the effect was horrifying clear. And the people he named, the ones whose essence he has devoured, they forget who they were. Their memories fractured, their personalities eroded, their very sense of self dissolving into a formless void. They withered, their bodies weakened, their eyes grew vacant, as if the animating spark has been extinguished. Some went mad, Their minds, stripped of their identity, became a chaotic landscape of confusion and terror. They wandered aimlessly, their true names, and thus their true selves, locked away within Obiajulu's vile collection. The town lived in a state of quiet dread. Parents warned their children, never tell a stranger your true name. But Obiajulu was cunning. He was patient. He was a predator of souls, feeding on the very essence of human identity. One day, his hunger led him to a child, a mute girl with a distinctive scar that ran from her temple to her jaw. She was an outsider, a wanderer, a child overlooked by most. Perhaps he saw an easy target, a spirit easily consumed. He managed to coax her name from her, a whisper that seemed to cost her immense effort. He went to the forest, knelt, and spoke her name aloud. The sound a soft echo in the ancient woods. He opened his mouth, prepared to swallow this familiar darkness, to claim another soul. But when he spoke her name, his mouth filled with ash, not the symbolic ash of defeat, but the literary acrid taste of born nothingness. A searing, choking sensation that clawed at his throat. And she, the mute girl, the one he sought to consume, smiling, a strange knowing smile that twisted her scarred face, finally spoke. Her voice, once silent, rang with an ancient power that vibrated through the very trees.
You should not eat what belongs to the river.
The river, the life giver, the boundary crosser, the repository of ancient spirit and forgotten truth. What connection does this mute child have to its mysterious depths? Was she a spirit herself? A guardian? Manifestation of the river's timeless power? Obiajulu, the devourer of names, had in his arrogance attempted to consume a soul that was not his to take. He had trespassed upon a domain far more ancient, far more potent than his own twisted magic. That night his body was found, not merely dead, but twisted into the gnarled root of a massive iroko tree, as if the earth itself has rejected him, or perhaps absorbed him into its vengeful embrace. His tongue was missing, a cruel poetic justice for the instrument of his perverse consumption, and carved into his chest, not with a knife, but as if burned into his flesh, was a single searing word: thief. A thief of souls, a thief of identity, a thief of destiny. The river, in its silence, relentless power, had claimed its retribution. The names it had stolen, the spirit it had consumed, perhaps they were returned. Or perhaps they were absorbed back into the cosmic flow, forever liberated from its dark grasp. Hatches in the bloodline. Some names aren't meant to be kept. There are no possessions, not trophies to be collected. They are sacred. They are the essence of who we are. And to violate that essence is to invite a reckoning far greater than any human justice. In Edeke, the lesson of Obiajulu became a stark reminder. The power of a name is a dangerous thing, and those who wield it carelessly or with ill intent risk not only their lives but their very souls. For the river, it seems, always remembers what belongs to it. But remember this, hatches never die. They wait, and the curse does not sleep. It only hides in the shadows, waiting for the next name to be called. This was only one piece of the story. The bloodline runs deeper, and the fire has only begun to rise. Join us in the next episode of Arches in the Bloodline. Subscribe, share, and let the story claim you.